All right, people. So this Jeep you just saw on the crate, flexed out. And the reason why we're gonna go over here. Starting off the front of the Jeep, we have the Warn VR10S winch on a factory JK Rubicon front bumper. This has the Mopar tray accessory to allow you to sink the winch down into the front bumper. We have our under skid, JW speaker, headlights. We have a pretty cool accessory. It's a little bit worse for wear, but these are Mopar accessory high flares. Dealer option, basically. You can go into your dealership and order these. They move the flare from about here up to where these are. We have our ultimate Dana 44 front axle with 513 gears. We have Rancho high nodular steering knuckles where it actually flips the tie rod to the top. So we have high steer. Crown RT big brake kits, front and rear, which gives you a larger front rotor, larger caliper, larger pad. Go from a single piston to a dual. We have our Yeti upper tie rod, which allows it to work well with these Rancho knuckles. We have an IRO long arm 4-inch. To our knowledge, this is our one of the first ones out with this progressive rate spring. We are using Fox shocks and JKS quicker discos. So on the side here, you get a good chance to see these weld wheels. This is a first for us, and they are new to the off-road market. One of the cool things about these, they're very lightweight, so it gives you a lot of extra oomph. Your Jeep doesn't have to turn heavy wheels and tires. It helps in the Hurst-Purrs feel. You can see our IRO long arm arms. We also have this nice best top. This is the one with the hardback window and glass side windows, so it's a little bit more winter friendly. This is actually a really low mileage kind of Survivor 2013 Jeep. It doesn't even have 60,000 miles on it. It is optioned fairly low with a standard shift tranny, crank windows, but this Jeep is at this point just purpose built for off-road on the trail, something you can drive there, beat on, and then drive home. So back here, you see I have our Highline off-road bumper and tire carrier. One of the cool things about this, if Davey will walk over here, we have this nice spindle, notice all stainless steel hardware, that supports the weight of the tire right here. And there's an accessory that slides into this pocket. It allows you to put a high lift jack and 2 Rotopack gas cans on the same carrier. Special touch that we always do for someone with it, we punch a hole in the bumper and we mount your trailer package up high where you're not going to rip it off. This bumper is also nicely scalloped around for a factory hitch to fit, so you don't have to worry about having a bumper that's rated for towing. Let the hitch worry about that. As you can see, he plans on never getting stuck, but the Jeep's name is Big Red. We're gonna pan over to Jeff. We just got a special delivery and we're gonna see what that's all about.
All right, so we have the MyTop just arrived. We're gonna be installing it on the Jeep that's out in the parking lot here. So we're gonna take that inside here in just a minute, showing you all the parts and components as we unbox it. Down inside the box, looks like lots of pieces are zip tied down to the bottom. So we're gonna get some of these pieces out of the way here. Pull back the foam, we can see the top in here. That is our unboxing. From there, I guess we're gonna get started, pull up the installation instructions and start installing. Well, other tops don't have electric to them, so there's a little more process involved. We're gonna have to install motors, connect those, properly wire the harness so it's a nice clean install and that the wiring is weather tight and safe for many years to come. And there's, you know, several little components, some rolled Velcro. Some of these you're gonna see on other tops. I mean, there's literally best top pieces in this kit, so best top is one of the ones that we frequently install. But again, it doesn't come with all the power and everything like that. So gonna take a little longer than your typical soft top. At the same time, you can actually see that a lot of it does come pre-assembled to make the process a little bit smoother and quicker. That is something that you don't typically see when we're ordering tops in, soft tops for customers. Typically we're assembling the fabric onto the mechanisms and pulling all that taut and everything like that. So a little bit different process. First step, open the hood and disconnect the battery. So I've opened up the hood. I'm gonna work on disconnecting the battery, and then we're gonna, as we're going through the directions, the first step is honestly getting the wiring installed and getting that fuse put in. So we're gonna work through that process. Kind of skipped ahead a little bit and got the buttons installed. When we're looking at the directions, they're talking about putting it into the knee panel that's removable. They want it to be up over here on the picture. You can see that and where they're showing to put it. They do have a note that a experienced professional can move the switches wherever they see fit. For this purpose, consulted a little bit with Scott and Greg on their thoughts. We decided that this would actually be a better location, cleaner access, and give more serviceability to the wiring. Whereas if we attached them to this and later had to service anything with the steering column, now you're tied to it and you have to undo all those. This way they're cleaned up, out of the way, and we can pull off this panel, access, and do as we need to with that. So those are drilled through and mounted, ready to go. We're just going to get them wired in, tied up, and attached so that it's a nice clean install.
5 hours later.
So behind us we have the completed MyTop install. There's a little bit of a breakup as we were kind of getting the lay of the land with this top. We're going to go over a few things that we did, and these are kind of early in development. They're very hard to get these tops. This specific top here is not available till next year, literally. So it's kind of special to have this on this Jeep. It's a custom color, from what I understand, that the customer picked out. And this is the slant back style, which is one of the things that is not available. Which is really cool on this is anybody that's put up a top, especially on a 4-door, they know that it takes like 2 people to do that. This, you release the front latches, you don't have to worry about the windows. You hit a button and it goes down. You hit another button and it's right back up, which really makes a nice affordability that Jeeps just haven't had up to this point. So we're going to go across, show you some of the features of the top itself, and then we're going to show you it operating and see why you want to get in line and get one of these. So back here we have our traditional zipper back window. So the back window is still easy to go up. It has our traditional bar with seal, as most soft tops do. Where it changes is these here are pretty much permanent. As you can see, we have nice stainless steel fasteners. We have Velcro all along this edge that helps hold the top in position. We have seals all along the top edge to help give us our weather tightness. And also we have a very tight seam here. All the windows, as you see, are tinted and they have a nice gasket around. So in order to make this operate, get in the Jeep, start it up, and you can see the buttons come on. Hold down your sun visors, release your latches, put your foot on the brake, and hit the top button. And just like that, you're ready for out in the sun cruising. So imagine you have a pop-up shower. Again, put your foot on the brake. Push the close button. Fast latched. And boom, we're closed. So that really is that easy. Took what, a couple seconds to go from open top driving to it's raining, which is really good for Northeastern Ohio because if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it might change. So that overall is what this top is all about. It's a great addition to this Jeep. We're excited to have been part of it and installed it.
Oh God, oh God, oh.
Well, right now, what am I doing? I'm belly aching. That's the answer. What am I supposed to be doing? Getting this drive shaft flange off. This is one of the worst ones I've seen, where the mouth of the CV head has actually opened up. So getting tooling on the hardware is arguably more challenging than usual. Once I get that off, then I'm going to put an Adams drive shaft on there. We can trade in this cruddy, gobbledygook CV drive shaft for a good quality Adams serviceable 1310 solid. Oh, congratulations! It's a boy. So there's our culprit. This is one of the worst ones we've ever seen because funny thing is it didn't make noise, but that you can see the metal flake coming out of here. This was so worn and bad that it actually opened up this kind of collar here, and this is all hot and dry. Should have been full of grease. So the customer actually thought that their differential, the actual gears, were bad, and what was happening was this was getting stuck and bound up, so it wasn't even spinning any longer. Like I said, this is probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen because it didn't really make any noise. We'll get the Adams put in there, and this is headed to Outer Banks in the next week. Do you know the Muffin Man? Donkashane. Look at this cute little packet O hot sauce. Savage, 20 bucks. Just drank it all. 20 bucks. Oh, it's such a big shaft.
Are those just like straight steel or is there air?
Scott! Savage just asked me if they are straight steel or is there air. What do you think he is trying to ask me? Savage?
Are they hollow?
Yes, they're hollow. So yes, Savage, there is air in the drive shafts. We're applying the hot sauce now, the hot sauce boss, to the bolt. That way it's a spicy meatball when you're driving down the road. Do you know what the hot sauce really is, since you just asked about air in the drive shaft?
It's Loctite.
What kind of Loctite?
Red.
Spicy Loctite. You know I have claustrophobia.
We should have a competition between you and Jeff to see who can install a Driveshaft quicker.
Oh gosh. I told Jennifer, thank God we don't employ me because I would not cut it as our full-time mechanic anymore.
You got fired 5 years ago.
I got fired 5 years ago. Oh, there we go. Remember that time we had really nice lifts and we could work off of them?
Several days later.
Well, I would like to time myself between Jeffrey and I doing floor work. I still did it faster.
Nice squeeze.
Yeah, she's tight. I told him she's gonna have a little chub rub. You're good, come straight up. Go to your left a little tiny bit. To your left. There you go. Yep.
Yep, and the gas light just came on.
Perfect.
So
Jump.
Jump.
it's perfect. It fits like a glove, bro. What are you talking about? I mean, I gotta be honest, the airing up of the tires actually helped. Don't tell Greg.
So